Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiffany Dubon-Yard. I'm a student life specialist for the Office of Student Life, specializing in civic engagement. And today I'm being joined by committee members of the Social Justice Student Leadership Certificate Series. And this is the Who We Are SJCS information session. So this certificate series actually started in fall of 2021 with different partners from the Social Justice Network, Justice at BCC, the Association of Latino Faculty and Staff, Women Up, the Office of Student Life. I think that's it. Am I missing anyone, ladies? I think that was it, right? And so our original contributors and members of the committee, Dr. Monique Gashard, who's not here right now, myself, Cynthia Suarez, Yvonne, Erazo Davila, Angela Wambugu-Cobb, who is no longer working at BCC, Lady Pichardo, Professor Gloria Rodriguez, Nadine Brown, who's no longer working at BCC, and Professor Mara Lasda. So those were the original committee members and contributors to our certificate series. Now, our current committee members, myself, Dr. Monique Gashard from the Social Sciences Department, Professor Gloria Rodriguez from the Social Sciences Department, and then I'm going to go ahead. Oh my gosh, damn, Mara, I'm so sorry. Your photo, your stuff is further down below, lady, and it's not popping up here, but I'm gonna let Mara introduce herself first, then we'll go with Yvonne and Lady afterwards.
Hi, I'm Mara Lasda. I'm a professor in the history department. I also teach in the FYS program. And I was also one of the founding group of the Social Justice Network. And I'm just really excited to have the second round of the certificate program. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. I'm Yvonne Erazo Davila, and I actually work in the office with Tiffany Dubon-Yard in the Office of Student Life. And I do just about everything short of maintenance and cleaning up. I'm here for the snacks and really to help you guys really increase your academic resume. All of the workshops and trainings that go along with this particular certificate series really enhances that transferability to four-year colleges of your choice, scholarships, fellowships, internships. So I'm here for all of that.
Good morning. I'm Lady Pichardo, the Associate Director of the College Discovery Program here at BCC. I'm also the chairperson for the Latino Association of Faculty and Staff. Very excited to be part of this committee and this fantastic group that was really birthed during the pandemic. And it's wonderful to see that we do have a sustainable program, and that through the wonderful work of these fantastic committee members, we are continuously able to provide wonderful programming for each and every one of you as students here at Bronx Community College. So we're very excited to have you today.
And then last but certainly not least, we have Cynthia Suarez Espinal, from the Director of College Discovery, and she'll be joining us a little later in our program. So who came up with the certificate series? I can't remember if I'm doing this one or, yeah, okay, thank you. That's why we're a team. So we are a volunteer collective of staff, faculty, administrators, and students here at BCC who share similar memberships in groups. So for example, all of us that are part of this committee are also members of the Social Justice Network, are either also members of or have worked closely with the Social Justice Network, Women Up, Justice at BCC, the Association of Latino Faculty, and the Association of Latino Faculty and Staff. And then you'll also see a lot of work from the Social Sciences Department, the History Department that collaborates with us. Also collaborative programs with ASAP, the Male Empowerment Network, the Women Empowerment Committee, the Men's Rounds Table, LGBTQI+ Resource Room. So there are other departments that work with us in the certificate series. In our work, we try to cover anti-Black racism in the U.S. criminal justice system, healthcare, and education, in addition to anti-Latinx policies and xenophobia. With our collaborative work, we decided to create one certificate program rather than having separate certificate programs in each of these areas. And we came together to create hopefully a well-balanced curriculum for those of you who are interested in participating in the certificate series. So who is the certificate series program for? It's primarily for oh, sorry, go ahead, Mara.
We're a team. I think that's how you should realize from this presentation. But we created it to recognize students for their participation in the programming, because we recognize that you are busy, that you have responsibilities both on campus and beyond, and personal and professional. And so, and we want to recognize the time that you put in and your commitment that you've made to attending the social justice programming. So then you can go and take that recognition, as Tiffany mentioned, as Yvonne mentioned, to as you transfer, as you apply for jobs and so forth. So we wanted to encourage you to participate and become a member both of BCC and the community outside the campus. And as you see here, it also brings together faculty and staff, and so you'll have the opportunity to network with all kinds of faculty and staff, even if you aren't taking classes with them, as well as with other students, and learn more about their work. So kind of see it as a win for all participants. And so our aims are to promote and support programs that promote fairness and equity. I think one of the, whether you're a new student or have been here for a while, you realize there are tons of programs and many people committed to these principles, but sometimes it's hard to bring them all together. So that is something that this certificate series aims to do. We also want this to be really a student-centered program, so that you are using your knowledge, you're cultivating positive change, you're building community. Again, the kind of community, the kind of action that you want to do that builds on your own strength. We also center what we call radical self-care. We see radical self-care and wellness as an action of social justice. And centering ourselves in our own wellness is, in fact, one of the ways in which we can express our own intentions and really activate and engage in our rights. And finally, of course, is to celebrate, is to recognize and award those who have participated. So we will have an end of semester celebration for those of you who complete the program.
So community agreements. This is essentially it's a list of rules that we as a group came up with together to make sure that we are sharing and working in a healthy, respectful environment. So our community agreements with the certificate series and any workshop you step into that is listed in the certificate series, this is what these are a list of like expectations and things that you should go by. So our community agreements are to follow up and follow through. So if you are saying you're going to do something, making sure that you follow through with what you committed to, right? If you know that, let's say you are unable to make a specific workshop or you're running late, speak to us, let us know. If you feel that you need to switch some things around, make sure you speak up and you let us know, or that you speak up to the necessary people that need to know. Keeping biases out of meetings. Don't go into a space looking to argue, right? Every one of our workshops is for you to learn, to step into the workshop with an open mind and wanting to understand more about what is being discussed at the workshop. Show up as our authentic selves. So, we're not expecting you to be on your P's and Q's or anything like that, but don't feel like you can't be yourself. If you feel like you want to show up to a meeting and be super engaged, that's fine. If you're more shy and quiet, that's fine. There's no judgment in any of that. Listen to understand, not judge, like I mentioned earlier. Speak up and step back. We don't want to get in the way of you expressing yourself, but also, like I said, it's not a fight, right? So you're not expressing yourself to then wait and give your rebuttal or response right away the minute, things aren't going your way or meeting the expectations that you thought. So if you want to share, that's perfectly fine for you to share, but then leaving it there, right? This is Vegas. So we like to be in an inclusive environment, and we're not here to then take whatever we share amongst our group to go out there and gossip about it or say this is what's happening and things like that, unless it's beautiful, wonderful things that we all agree that we want to have out there, right? Then absolutely, we want to share all that information, but don't feel like we're out here just reporting on anything and everything that you share. We have an ELMO rule. So ELMO stands for enough already, let's move on, right? So if you've made your point and you stand by your stance, that's perfectly fine. But we don't ever want to get stuck on a topic or argument or type of conversation and there's no moving forward from it. So that's our ELMO rule. Throw glitter, not shade. That's another one where it's pretty much, we're here to support each other. We're not here to tear anyone down. So leaving that at the door and keeping students' respect at the center of our work. So we're always going to, anything that we do, it's going to be student-centered and making sure that our respect for you is valid and you can see it. And we also expect the same, right? And asking, don't assume. And there are going to be times in the certificate series that new workshops are added or a workshop was canceled or rescheduled. So it's always, if you're unsure about anything at all within the certificate series, always feel free to ask any of us a question. None of us will shut our doors to you. None of us will judge you for your question or anything like that. We'd rather you ask questions so you have the appropriate and accurate information than going along and maybe messing up your journey within the certificate series.
Can I add also something about
Yes.
ask, don't assume? I mean, it's definitely about the program. It's also about each other, right? So part of it too is not to, if you think someone said something and they meant, and you were offended by it or you were hurt by it or you're confused by it, ask, ask, not assume. And I think a lot of it is kind of comes down to communication, both about the program, but also about each other. And that's how we want to build this community.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that.
So here is the criteria for the certificate series. You must, of course, be enrolled, an enrolled student at Bronx Community College, either full-time or part-time, which I know that all of you are. And we ask that students complete a minimum of 5 workshops throughout the semester. 3 workshops are considered core workshops, and we're going to talk about that in the next few slides. And 2 or more may be elective workshops. At the end of the semester, we ask students to submit a reflective essay. And, you know, there are explicit instructions on what we are expecting to see in the essay. And it's basically, you know, for you to be able to discuss, what did you learn? What were you able to gain and get out from these fantastic workshops, events, activities that were sponsored through any of these entities or any of the programs that participate and collaborate in the certificate series. So once that reflective essay is submitted, we're going to have a ceremony, and all of you who participate and complete it will be receiving a fantastic certificate of participation and completion. These are the core curriculum workshops that are lined up thus far for this semester. On the 22nd, we had from Justice Informed Training by Justice at BCC. We also had the Fair Chance Act training by New York City Commission on Human Rights. On the 23rd, which is now actually participating in this information session, who we are, how to earn a social justice certificate information session. On the 30th, we have the Latinas in Higher Education Conference, which is a big collaborative effort. October 3rd, we have National Voter Registration Day celebration. And on the 7th, there's a huge event from 12 to 5 being co-sponsored by ASAP, which is the racism exhibition. So we ask that you be on the lookout for your BCC broadcasts. It is so important. Ms. Tiffany, Ms. Yvonne, they do a fantastic job of sending out broadcasts with registration links, information about all of these events. So please, please, please make sure that you spread the word, have students really, really take a look at their broadcasts and, you know, register in advance to participate in any of these sessions. And these are some of the elective workshops. And it is important to note that we will be adding as we go along. These are for now the ones that we have on the books confirmed. But throughout the semester, as more programs and departments add on, you know, to their schedule of events and choose to participate and offer them through and for the certificate series, you will also have, you know, the availability to do that as well. So some elective workshops are as follows, you know, Constitution and Citizenship Day, which was primarily sponsored by the History Department and our Professor Maralasta. Today, right after this, from 2 to 4, our Dr. Ivani Razo is going to be hosting Becas y Cafecito, which is outstanding for you to know exactly what scholarships out there. And it's going to be a fantastic, informative event. She's going to have also another in person, and you're going to see if it says IP, that means that the event is in person. If not, the event will be online. She's also going to be having the same session in person on October 11th. On the 21st, we are hosting BCC Social Justice Film Festival. On the 29th, from 5 to 6, there's going to be a social justice panel discussion on the film festival. So, you know, those who attend and participate from the film festival will be able to discuss their experiences and what they learned from those films. On the 30th, again, filmmakers panel discussion from 5 to 6. And following along in November, this is what we have thus far. The 8th, we have Election Day, get out the vote. It's important. Civic engagement is really also about knowing your rights, not only as a student, but also as a citizen of the United States of America. And that is very important, and your voice matters. Your opinion matters, not only here on campus as you advocate for yourself as a student, but also civically. And that's really the whole point and the true mission behind this fantastic collaborative committee. Giving Tuesday already started, actually started this past Tuesday. And Giving Tuesday, you'll see this a lot. So this is the time, this is a fundraising event where you are able to take a look at the different areas in the college or CUNY-wide really, that are part of this fantastic, grant giving. And it's really to give funds to those students in need. So I know that the Early Childhood Development Center is part of Giving Tuesday. There are other entities on campus that are part of Giving Tuesday, and you basically donate. You donate to any organization, to any area of the college who you would like to see, improve and grow. And all of this money goes back to our students. And Giving Tuesday is from now all the way till Christmas. So you have opportunities, plenty of opportunities to donate throughout the fall semester.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read these last few since Cynthia is not here yet. Some important dates to remember. For right now, we have scheduled on October 13th, the orientation session for all of those applicants who made it through the application process. And then on December 15th, tentatively right now, we have scheduled our closing celebration ceremony for those of you who completed the certificate series. So as mentioned before, completion of the certificate series would be a minimum of 5 workshops, 3 core workshops, 2 or more electives, and your reflection essay. At the ceremony, we will recognize those students who have attended workshops but maybe did not submit a reflective essay. We will recognize those that attended all workshops and submitted reflective essays, and we will recognize those that have attended, who've done their reflective essays, but have attended more than 5 workshops, because last year we did have those students who just went above and beyond. I can tell right now, Sierra, if she applies, she's leaving with more than 5 workshops. Sierra has been so far under her belt. Currently, Sierra has done Constitution Day. She did the Justice Informed training yesterday. And right now she's here. So you technically already have 3 under your belt, okay? It just goes to show you that it's not that difficult to complete this program and to receive a certificate. It's not a heavy workload, and hopefully I hope that Sierra has been enjoying the events that she's attended thus far, and I hope you all get to enjoy more. So that's thank you and questions. I really should have switched these 2 slides around because I did want you to, if needed, to take the opportunity to take a screenshot of this information right here. This is our general email address. It's civicengagement@bcc.cuny.edu. And we have a Gmail account, which is bcc.sjn@gmail.com. We also have the coordinators' email addresses. So if you ever needed to reach out to any one of us individually, here you go. You have the email address for Dr. Mara Lazda, Dr. Monique Gashard, myself, Cynthia Suarez Espinal, Dr. Ivana Razo Davila, Gloria Rodriguez, and Lady Pichardo. And now I'll go back to this slide and say, thank you. Are there any questions that maybe we can address or assist you with? I'm gonna stop sharing. No, nothing. Sierra, Roxana, Iris, Carolyn, no questions or anything like that. I will actually put right now in the chat the link to our application. It's a form that you fill out. So put that right here. So if you are interested in joining the certificate series, especially because you're like, man, I already done 3 workshops. Doesn't hurt for me to go ahead and fill out this form and get a certificate at the end of the semester. So one question is, I missed the beginning. Can I get a recording? We are recording this right now. So absolutely. And we're going to send out a broadcast on Monday with the YouTube link attached to that, which is that'll have this recording as well. So before I stop our recording, I just wanted to check in one more time if there were any questions so we can catch that on camera. If not, thank you very much. This exit is for the recording only. My name is Tiffany Dubanyard, joined by Mara Lazda, Ivana Razo, and Lady Pichardo. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope that you apply to the Social Justice Student Leadership Certificate Series this fall 2022 semester.